I went to Fleet Farm today. I got some things I want to try. I went with the Yum soft plastic lures because they were cheaper. You know, as you can see, spine crawls, the Yum Pulse white swim baits. We've got the dingers, wacky worms, white, pink, and black and blue speck. And then I got a jungle jig weedless swim bait. And I just thought these were cool, so I tried them. They're pre-rigged lunker hunt, more realistic craw color, soft plastics. And then basically the same power finesse. It's just a hook that you put soft plastics on for a weighted swim jig. Oh, and then this white spinner. The reason I went with brighter colors on some of this stuff is we plan on taking the boat out this weekend, and a couple of the lakes that I want to hit have some pretty murky water all year round, and it's been raining off and on, so all the sediment from the bottom and with the water warming up, it's just kind of murky. So I figured, I'll get something in there. Natural colors work, but in my experience, something that's bright will catch the attention of the fish in murkier water. These, the jungle jig, the Yum spine craws, and then the dingers here that are blue, I want to use for, lighter, maybe go back to the lake we were on the other day with that super clear water. Just to have something with a little bit of flash. I went with black and blue. What I do is I just take, one of these soft plastic swim baits. You figure out orientation of the paddle. You want the paddle up. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's just OCD or whatever you want to call it. So you kind of figure out where you're gonna land on the hook, and you just kind of put it up there, pinch it where you're about where you want it. Keep your orientation still, and then what you do is you're just gonna thread that hook in to that soft plastic until about where your fingers are pinched. So you just kind of thread it through. You'll be able to kind of feel it as it's going through the soft plastic, and then poke through. They have a little guide here in the backs, about where you want to keep it, and then you just push it onto that barb. That's just to help keep the soft plastic attached to the hook. It doesn't have to be perfect because that skirt's gonna go on. You see these professionals that'll make them perfect, but in the long run, it's just gonna do what it needs to do. It'll kick, you can readjust it and stuff like that. And then basically the same thing for the jungle jig. Open that up. I see a lot of guys take these and they'll actually trim the skirts a little bit so you can see the action of the soft plastic a little more. I don't, I paid for the whole thing, so I'm gonna use the whole thing. But I'm gonna go with these spine craws. They're just the, it's a June bug. See the little pinchers. Same thing, I just kind of grab the skirt and move it forward. And then you kind of I always just grab it with my middle finger. I move the brush guard out of the way. Figure out about where you want it to sit. You pinch, and then just start threading the hook into the soft plastic until you can feel about where you want it. Then just push it through onto the barb. Get ready to get hooked up. Fix the skirt a little bit. Now we've got some good flash, a couple different blues, but not too far off. Some sparkle, black, contrast, and light, dark tones. So yeah, that's about what you do. Yeah, get out there and catch fish.